Hey everyone and welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a special article for one of my readers who asked about stablecoins. Now, a lot of times when we're doing cryptocurrency, we get really advanced. We talk about DeFi, we talk about central banks and liquidity and all of these really advanced topics, but sometimes it's good to take a step back and really go over the basics. What is a stablecoin? Why is it important? And I want to give credit to the person that asked these questions because they are some really good questions and they're not really questions that I would think about on a day-to-day basis. So I want to use their article and answer these 8 different questions that they have about stablecoins. So let's go ahead and go to split screen. And I'm going to be referencing an article that I've typed up. So, question 1, is there a mechanism to buy stablecoins using US dollars and not via exchanges? Well, technically, anytime you buy anything, it's an exchange, right? I'm giving $1 for a loaf of bread. I'm giving $1 for this. So, the answer is kind of, and different stablecoins are purchased in different ways. For example, the USDC stablecoin, which many of you may know from Coinbase, is purchased through a company called Circle, right? So they're an actual company. You give them, or Coinbase gives them the dollar, and they give you the USDC. It's not technically an exchange because you're purchasing it through a company, Circle, but DAI is created by locking ETH, or now with the advent of the new multi-collateral DAI, it's created by locking basic attention token into a collateralized debt position. So to get this stable coin, in either case, you can buy them. You can go to Coinbase Pro. You can go to Kraken. You can buy the DAI. You can buy the USDC coin, or you can create it through depositing with Circle or putting a collateralized debt position through the MakerDAO system, right? So you can get these stable coins without having to purchase them from an exchange, but you're still going to have to exchange something to get them. Question 2, what is the price for buying new stable coins? How much does the system earn? For example, if I want to buy 100 stable coins, do I need to pay $105, 100, or 95 USD? Again, that's a really good question, and it really depends. The price of stable coins fluctuates, but it's usually around $1. So remember, a stable coin, we do not live in a perfect world, and a stable coin tries its best to be stable. So there's been times when the price of DAI has made it up to $1, or maybe even $1.02, right? So if you're purchasing DAI, you're going to have to pay the market price to receive that DAI. If DAI is $1.02 and you want to purchase DAI, you're going to have to pay $1.02. It all depends on what the market's doing that day. However, let's suppose you're trying to purchase USDC coin. USDC coin is different because it's backed 1 for 1. So for every USDC coin, there's $1 sitting in a bank account. So the price of this one USDC coin is going to be exactly $1. Now, on top of that, you are going to have to pay fees depending on how you do this. With Coinbase, if I want USDC coin, which is a stable coin, I can directly exchange from $1. There's no fees. If I want to purchase DAI on Coinbase, however, there is a fee. Depending on how much I purchase, I might have to pay up to a 10% transaction fee to purchase that DAI. So that's something to keep in mind. Question 3, is there a way to sell my stablecoins and get back my fiat currency? Yes, absolutely. Stablecoins can be exchanged, traded, and sold just like any other crypto. So you can trade your Bitcoin, you can sell it for US dollars, you can sell your USDC coin for US dollars, you can sell your DAI for US dollars, right? You can sell any of these assets. Now, here is, I think, maybe another question that you should think about in relation to this. Can you redeem your coin? So we all know that we can sell things, but when we're selling, we're just trading with someone else. When we redeem it, we're actually taking our stable coins back to the company that issued them and saying, here's your stable coin back, I want my money back. And yes, you can do that as well. So what I'm going to pull up here for you is Circle. Now, Circle offers the USDC stablecoin, and what you can do, you can actually redeem your USDC stablecoin and get your fiat currency back. So again, they have a helpful site here, how to redeem USDC for USDC, and it is possible to do this. Now, because you can exchange fee-free on Coinbase, I wouldn't recommend directly exchanging or redeeming with USDC coin, but it is an option if you wanted to do that. Question 4, how much do I get back? This depends on the coin. Like I said, some stable coins are backed one for one by US dollar. So if you redeem 100 USDC coin, you're going to get 100 US dollars. If you're using DAI, again, it depends on the market rate. You might purchase $100 worth of DAI, the price goes up to $1.01, and now you get back $100.10, right? Something like that could happen. But again, it depends on the market interest rate, and that's why it's really important to know what kind of coin that you're working with. Something like DAI that's algorithmically pegged, you're going to have a little bit of fluctuation. Yes, you do get the benefits of decentralization, but you have a little bit more volatility. With USDC coin, you have that hard one-to-one peg with the US dollar. Very stable, probably the most stable coin there is. However, it's centralized, right? It's run by Circle. It has the partnership with Coinbase. So you have to really decide what's best for you. Do you want a little bit more stability, or do you want a little bit more decentralization? Question 5. What happens to those stable coins? Are they burnt? Simple answer is that the coins are removed from circulation. So we'll go back here to USDC coin. When you redeem USDC, we will remove the USDC from circulation and wire the USD to your bank account. So those coins, those USDCs, remember, the way that stable coins work is they're stable to $1. So let's suppose that you gave back your USDC coin and they kept it. Well, they've given you the money, the $1, but now they have an extra coin in circulation. So that coin, if they kept it in circulation, wouldn't be backed by $1. So yes, they have to remove these coins from circulation. Who certifies the amount of stablecoin reserve? Again, that is a good question, because trust and making sure that your funds are safe is every investor's top priority. So what I will say is that, again, it depends on the coin. With DAI, there's really not reserves. It's more that users are depositing these funds into smart contracts. So with DAI, it's not the reserves that are being audited, but rather the smart contracts themselves. So about 3 months ago, they were audited by the Callisto network, and then let's see, the USDC stablecoin was also recently audited. So Grant Thornton Accountants. So they do perform these external audits. That's the best way to make sure that everything's going well, is check an external audit. Whether it's DAI, whether it's USDC coin, all of these major stablecoin providers should be audited. Whether they're auditing the smart contracts or the reserve balances depends on the coin, but again, they need to be audited. You need to have a third party coming in there and making sure that they're doing everything that they're supposed to do. Let's go back and finish up some of these questions. How can I trust it? That's a hard question to ask, because there's risk involved with every type of investment, and the amount of risk that each of us is willing to accept is different. As much as I can, I look to third parties to verify this, right? So I do not know how to read smart contracts. I do not have access to the financial statements or the balance books of any of these companies, right? So what I try to do is look to organizations that do this. So an external network, auditors. Perhaps if I was looking to invest, I would look at DeFi Trust Score, right? Now that's something more for decentralized finance and compound interest. But again, just do your research. Try to find some independent agency that can vouch for the company. And if I can't find an independent entity that'll vouch for a company, check out YouTube, check out Uptrend, PublishOX, any of those places where crypto people hang out. There's a lot of people that you can trust that'll give you some good information. One that I'll give a shout out to is Scott Cunningham. He's really good. He'll talk to the heads of the different projects. He'll talk to these people that are founders and CEOs of these different crypto projects to really kind of get a feel for what they're doing. And I think that's one of the best ways to learn and build up trust with a company, is by listening to what they're saying, especially if you can't get those third-party audits. Number 8, where are those stablecoins used? Stablecoins are used anywhere that a person wants to hold an asset that does not fluctuate in value very much. So you could think of countless reasons for stablecoins. Perhaps you're a Bitcoin trader. Let's say you're a Bitcoin trader and you've just sold Bitcoin for a high price. You've made a lot of profit. Now, what are you going to do with that money? If you take that money and you put it, let's say you leave it on an exchange, right? Not your keys, not your coins, right? You leave that money on an exchange, it's the property of the exchange. So you don't want to leave your cash on an exchange. Well, you don't want to withdraw it to your bank account either. Why not? Because then you have to go through a transaction fee. You have to have time for it to get wired to your bank. Then when you want to buy more Bitcoin, you have to go through the reverse process. send your money to the exchange, buy the coins, and then send them to your wallet. So what's a lot easier to do is simply convert to a stable coin. So I sell my Bitcoin, I convert to USDC coin, I leave that in my crypto wallet. I don't have to go to the fiat on-off ramps. I have that in my wallet, and then whenever I see a new deal that I want to buy, I can purchase it that quick. So it gives you all of the advantages of crypto. It allows you to securely own your assets, all of that stuff, while also maintaining a stable value. Now, as we move forward going into the future, I could actually see stablecoins becoming a medium of payment for goods and services as well. But right now, it's not gotten to that level yet. Right now, they're more for a stable store of value instead of withdrawing to fiat. So I hope that answered some of the questions, cleared up a little bit about stablecoins. If there's anything else or something that I missed, feel free to leave it in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to y'all. Hope you found the video useful.